excited to see what Gypsy's got. I don't see him winning this competition.
If Brian Deegan is not going to this extent to make his bike build, automatic L. On my last podcast with Brian Deegan, I challenged him to a two-stroke build-off. We've got our two-stroke Yamaha build-off.
I got ideas.
And now pressure is on to deliver the goods against the General, a man that has built some of the most iconic two-strokes of all time. And if the General stays on brand, he's going to be going all black, full Mulisha spec. So to contrast that, I'm on my way to Yamaha to collect the all-new 50th Anniversary 250 two-stroke. Purple and white like the iconic YZs of the 90s. This is my first brand new 250 two-stroke, and there's no way I'm going to tear this thing apart without at least spinning a few laps first.
Can't beat that sound, can you? Kind of got like a mellow high from the two-stroke fumes. Adrenaline's pumping. Feels like we're riding two strokes. Well, our little shakedown of the YZ250 project bike is pretty well done. That's the last time it's going to look like this. I'm excited.
With the successful maiden voyage out of the way, reality is set in. I now need to take this epic stock motorcycle and completely tear it down to nothing. I should actually inform you that I'm a pretty shit mechanic. These things are more of a punishment than they are like a pleasure to do. So manage your expectations throughout this video. Like that, I just butchered that. I've got some big plans for this thing, but standing here in the garage of my Airbnb, I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel like I'd bitten off a bit more than I can chew. Aussie lad with a dream of building a great two-stroke against the big bad metal militia. So what exactly is the vision for this thing? I'm assuming that Deegan is going to go all black, and with the 50th anniversary bike looking as good as it already does, I want to use that as my inspiration. We're here at Concept, one-stop shop here to get this bike completely done.
Vapored it, full, complete motor, bagged up any electrical that we had. Everyone's been vapored, as you can see, all the green, which is looking nice.
So the motor just got blasted. Next is the swing arm, the subframe. We're going to keep both of these in their like stock finish. The frame is going to go into the sandblaster first, and then it comes in here into our spray booth. Once we're done in the spray booth, we transfer over to this big ass oven. The Cerakote basically requires a bunch of heat to really bond it to the surface, and then that is going to give this thing the finish that we are chasing in this build. And if Brian Deegan is not going to this extent to make his bike build, automatic L. So we're in the Concept race shop right now. I got my buddy Cole, he's the actual mechanic.
It's a sweet machine.
And behind me is all of the parts. We went absolutely nuts at motorsport.com. We went absolutely nuts in the Yamaha GYTR shop. We've got some MXTech suspension, all DLC coated, all titanium fittings, CNC lugs. They build them with everything. The Natty baby, the Natty King. You can't say you've done a build unless you've added some titanium foot pegs. Oh. They got adjustable offset, so we're running these in 23 mil. This is from motorsport.com, Moto Tassinari. V-Force reeds. I pretty much don't ever have a bike without a gut seat cover these days. This is every kid's wet dream, basically. Bolt-on parts are all well and good, but this is a special build, and this calls for something special. A fabricated piece unique. This is the 11th hour. Everything has to go together right now. See you on the other side. Course, sponsors first. She's all starting to come together. Real men, they get a brand new tyre, they get a tyre stand, some rim locks, and they just make it happen. I'm ashamed to admit, I'm just not that man. Well and truly rolling now. We've got the electronics in, the motors in, the MXTech Natty shock is in, the MXTech forks are in. We got the subframe on, it's all connected, linkages, swing arm. We're starting to get the plastics on. But the whole he made a great, like did he make a great bike? Because all I saw was him twisting a T-bar saying it's done. And we're in here grinding. Our graphics are done. Well, that's his 13-hour shift to get this thing completely done. Hard work has paid off on this one. And Deegan, you done, bro. It always feels good to see a build come to life, but this one hits different. And at 13 hours from start to finish, it was a grind. And I can honestly say that this bike turned out better than I could have hoped for. Win or lose, I'm proud of this bike, and I know a place we can take her where she'll be appreciated. Once a year, tucked in the San Bernardino hillside, thousands of two-stroke diehards bring some of the most exotic premix ponies and race them for all the marbles at the Glen Helen Two-Stroke World Championships. annual reminder that two-strokes are still very much alive and well. So tell us about your YZ250. We just did a build of our own.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you like about the YZ, mate?
The Yamaha's just a really good platform. It's just an all-around good bike, you know? Like, obviously there's other brands out there that are fuel injected and some other stuff, but this is true, you know, really, this is technology still from two-stroke days, right? So I enjoy riding it. It's a really good platform to go and do a build on, or just to run stock.
I think Vilo has really captured the essence of this bike. It's in some ways the last real two-stroke. In our digital age, it remains staunchly analog, and they still go like a shower shit. There's part of me that doesn't want to ride this bike, but I thought about it and I didn't come this far just to come this far. To be honest, I've been so focused on beating Brian that this ride was an afterthought. The competition element in all this made me forget that we made a badass bike. A real carburetted two-stroke with GYTR everything, A-kit suspension, a pro circuit pipe, a carbon pro circuit pipe. Parts you only dreamt of having as a kid. But the best part is we made the bike better. The GYTR flywheel and clutch combo totally pushed the power and the delivery exactly where I'd want it to go. And there's a feeling and comfort in suspension that you can buy. But the best part is knowing the hours that went into it, and the friends that you worked on it with, and the sponsors that made it possible. And the anodizing, that has got to be worth a second. Now, before we wrap this up, I didn't bring you this far just to watch me ride.
It's what they say a real man's bike, so it's kind of weird I get to ride it on.
Just take the pill, what doesn't kill you makes you well.
completely out of fuel. I went through probably 2 tanks, didn't even stop. I just came in, filled up, went back out, and I had a smile on my face the entire time. So I don't think that needs much explanation after that. Vote for Gypsy. If you don't, we can't.
And I can honestly say that this bike turned out better than I could have hoped for.